What an adventure. Let me tell you about it. Lake Superior, the great lake they call Gitche Gumee. Almost 3,000 miles of shoreline, over 1,300 feet at its deepest point. The greatest of the Great Lakes called to me, and I answered. This sparked a 4,000-mile adventure across 9 states and 2 countries. And here's camp for the night. We are gonna be staying on a farm somewhere in the middle of Ohio. How cool is that? Got my little chair and table set up. Becky parked over here. And about to start setting everything else up, and I'll get back to you in just a few minutes and show you my sleeping arrangements for the night. So if you're not already familiar with my sleeping arrangements, let me show you what I've got. I took the passenger seat out and built me a little platform in here, and this is where I sleep. And if you're thinking, that's way too small, my platform is 73 inches and I'm 5'8", so it works good for me. And after a good night's rest, it was back on the road. And unfortunately, that's a part of a lot of these videos, is a lot of highway driving. It's not all epic views and great campsites. Sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad. And then something really cool happened. Yes, we rolled over 300,000 miles in the truck. And bear in mind, my fat butt has been in the driver's seat for almost every one of those miles. I purchased Becky 25 years ago, brand spanking new. Had 7 miles on it. When I finally got to Michigan, I met up with Jeremiah from Overland Pioneers and his wife Renee and their 2 pups. And we soon found ourselves crossing the bridge that took us into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We did a little sightseeing, like seeing some really cool waterfalls. And we finally made our way to the shores of Lake Superior. Number 1 squirrel really enjoyed that. We actually made it into camp pretty early, and I gotta say, it wasn't half bad. Check this out. So what do you think? Would you camp here? We had no shortage of waterfalls on this trip, and this one right here was one of my favorites. There was a nice mist coming off the water, and it was really pretty. Check it out. We stopped at a number of little mom and pop type shops, and if somebody out there is from the Upper Peninsula, can you tell me, is jams and jellies and preserves, is that a thing up there? Every store was just packed with them. I thought it was really cool. And we eventually made our way up to the town of Copper Harbor, and we attended the KOAR event. That's Keweenaw Overland Adventure Retreat. Had a really fun time there. Met a lot of nice people, and we spent 2 days there and had a lot going on there. There's a lot of vendors there and just a lot of like-minded people having a good time. At this point in the trip, we'd spent some time in nature and done some sightseeing and looked at stuff. Now it was time to go have some fun. And after that little excursion, we found us a nice place to camp beside a river. And on one side of the river, where I'm standing here, is Wisconsin, and on the other side there is Michigan. And if you're wondering what it takes to get to some of these really cool campsites, let me show you. A lot of work goes into planning a trip like this, and I gotta say, my buddy Jeremiah, he did us all a solid in picking out our campsites. He did all the work on them, and man, he came up with some great ones, and this is one of them. I posted some photos on Facebook from this site, and a lot of folks mentioned to me that they thought it was pretty cool that they couldn't tell where the water stopped and the sky started. Really pretty little place here. A fun thing about this trip is we did take the time to check out a lot of little cool things and do some touristy stuff and see some really cool stuff like this. We eased into a little town named Silver Islet and found this little general store, and man, I could have stayed here at this store for a couple of days. I think it was So cool. They had all kinds of neat things in there, and even had a little tea room in the back. It was a pretty cool place.
I'm thinking I'd like an ice cream cone. One of those guys. Where is that guy? I'll get him. I just saw him on the other side. Is it Jeff? Yeah.
In order to take a nice shower and do a little housekeeping on our vehicles and all that good stuff, we decided to spend the night in a provincial campground here. It was a nice little place, had really nice showers, and we got refreshed there so that the next morning we were good to go to cross the border into Canada. Border crossings have typically been a pleasant experience for me, and this one was no exception. Everything went smoothly, no hiccups, and bam bam, we were across the border. Our next day was just absolutely beautiful. We found this majestic waterfall here, and it was just incredible. We were having a really great day, and then something happened. And finally, after what seemed like an eternity, we were all safely off the beach. Okay, hold up. I get asked a lot of questions about my trips, so I thought I'd take a minute and answer two of the questions that I get asked the most often. The absolute most often question is, where do you go to the bathroom? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but you go where you can. This is an actual toilet that we found in the woods one time. This is the view from that toilet. Not bad, huh? Okay, enough of that. On to the second most asked question. What do you eat?
Gitche Gumee. Jump, Gitche Gumee. Gitche Gumee. Jump.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program, already in progress. And once we managed to get our way off of the beach, we had a nice campsite just right there at the beach. There was a tree line separating us, and that was all. And I must say, this was a pretty nice place to camp. Now this next little segment was one of the highlights of the trip for me. Eagle Canyon Park. They have two swinging bridges there. One of them's 300 foot. That's the one you see here. And then there's another one that's 600 foot, and you'll see it in just a minute. And man, I had a great time here at this place. The staff there was wonderful. Me being an old man and having trouble getting around, instead of having to walk the trail up, they gave me a ride up in a side-by-side, and man, it was just awesome. Just to the right of the river there, you can see a zip line that runs all the way up the canyon. And here we've made our way over to the 600-foot bridge. Did you know that White River, Canada is the birthplace to that willy-nilly silly old bear? Another cool little side quest that we took was out to Nickel Island. I think it's Nickel, might be Nickel. Anyway, we found this little pottery shop, and this was a really cool little place. We had some really nice campsites on this trip, but this next one that we went to, man, it was something else. This spot was amazing. I mean, we were right on the water. We had just enough room for our vehicles in this place, and man, everything was just clicking. And after that incredible campsite, we made our way into the town of Wawa. And there we found Young's General Store. And I'm here to tell you, this was one of the coolest general stores you're ever going to find. They had a little bit of everything, including a moose by the front door. And once you get inside, every shelf was absolutely packed with all kinds of crazy stuff. If you're ever up that way, I highly recommend stopping in at Young's General Store in Wawa. And just like that, we found ourselves wrapping up yet another adventure. Soon enough, Jordan and his clan peeled off and made their way home. And then I said goodbye to Jeremiah and Renee and the pups, and then I was on my own again.
cafe. If there is a laugh to share, it's with you. In morning light, you hear my story. Oh, and it's good to have a friend like you. There are times when I wanna be lonely. There are times when life can be downright cruel. Life is up and it's down, oh, it's all love. That's how you remind me. Oh, that it's good to have a friend like you.
You know, I really love to travel, but my heart just smiles every time I see the Smoky Mountains and I know that I'm almost home. And if you've stuck with it and watched it to this point, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like button, drop me a comment down there, say hello, and we'll see you in the next one. Old man out.
Oh, that it's good to have a friend like you.